back to Insight. We are joined now by Casey Weed from Howard Bailey Financial. We love when you're here. It's always a little bit intimidating, simply because, as we have mentioned many times, we need to get it together when it comes to our finances.
We do need some help.
We're going to talk today about optimizing Social Security. How do we go about that? When do we start? Give us the whole rundown.
You can't just plan on living with your Social Security benefits, can you?
Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Social Security optimization is the what, why, when, and how we should take those Social Security benefits. A lot of people get that statement in the mail and say, well, this is how much I get at 62, this is how much I get at 65, 67, 70. And it's really a little bit more complicated than that. There's a lot that goes into all that planning, and everything's not on that statement that they give you. Things need to be taken into consideration, such as taxes, longevity, your age, along with your spouse's age, and obviously the reliability of our government also needs to be taken into consideration.
Sure.
And that can be very complicated. One great example is a client of ours that recently turned 66. They turned 66 this year, and both him and her, they both turned 66 in the same year, reached their full retirement age. So they're able to take full Social Security benefits. Well, he was really ready to retire, spend a little bit more time with the grandkids, and just kick back a little bit.
Probably.
And maybe a little bit of golf time.
Right.
And she wasn't quite ready to retire. She wanted to continue going. So we needed to make up some income on his side. So we applied for his full Social Security retirement benefits, and then we were able to apply for her spousal benefits. So she received 50% of his Social Security while she continued to work, and while her Social Security continued to build, so we could reapply at 70 and create a much larger benefit. So it's a really complicated process. It's not as easy as black and white, and you really have to sit down with someone who's an expert who can look at all those different facets and run some different scenarios for you. And that's something that we do, and we encourage you to give us a call and let us run some of those scenarios for you.
So if there's one thing that your clients ask you more than anything else, what is it?
I think the question that I get more often, being a retirement planner and income specialist, is, will my money last? Am I going to run out of money?
Good question.
And that's a very important question for people that are in retirement, because usually these people that ask me this question are riding the market roller coaster, depending on the market's performance and also the person they're working with past record to continue being that going forward. Well, today there's ways that you can guarantee part of your income for another pension of sorts. One thing that we can do is take maybe a portion of your 401k, 403b, or some of the money you've saved for retirement, set that aside and guarantee some type of income off that. So you have the same type of monthly payment coming in every month. Today we can guarantee somewhere between 4 and 8% withdrawal rates on maybe a portion of your retirement, while we set aside the other portion, creating a purpose, such as we've talked about before, creating a purpose for those different assets to give you a better peace of mind and give you a better sense of what's going to happen over the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years of your retirement.
So it's certainly not enough to just ask the question, will my money last, which is, you know, where I think a lot of people stand. They have that question, but it's a nebulous idea. If they call Howard Bailey, you guys can actually sit down and go through those scenarios.
Put together a plan, maybe, to make their money last.
Yeah, we'll run different scenarios on Social Security, which goes along with your pension, and see if those two are going to be enough to create the income you need. If not, we might need to set some money aside to create a third pension or a second pension. And then we can worry about other things that are going on in the market.
Lots of things that are always going on in the market. That's my whole thing. It just changes so often. I just can't keep up. But that's your job.
Yeah, you don't have to do it.
I love that. As long as I don't have to make, well, you can actually make the decisions for me, right? Can I just say you decide what's best?
She just wants to
You
show
probably
up.
prefer that people, you know, say, here's your, you tell them their options and they choose what they want to do, I'm guessing.
Everybody's a little bit different. Some people want a little bit more control than others. Some people just want to hire someone. They say, that's what I hired you for because I trust you and I want you to make the decision.
That's what I say. And you definitely need somebody that you can trust. And someone you can trust is Howard Bailey Financial. So if you have questions for Casey, you can email him info@howardbaileyfinancial.com. He'll be back again next Friday for Financial Fridays. We'll be right back on Insight.